Do you know what, Darren? I actually thought for a minute there might just be something in you. I thought there might just be something in you. But no, you'd already answered those questions a long time ago. I said to you in the last live stream, stop leaving me nasty voice messages. Your abuse of me is a criminal offence already. But no, you're arrogant, you're vile, and you've reported my live streams, and you're telling me to not be childish. And you're still saying to me, what would Juliet think? You're still saying that. What did you see my last live stream? Did you see my pain? Did you see my tears at the end of that live stream? People are saying don't waste your energy on him. Juliet said I could do better than you. This was her this is the text message she sent me about my live streams. It takes courage and strength to speak out, and it's admirable to say the least. But you've reported them, have you? Did you tell them that I was suicidal and crying because of you? There are at least 3 people in this town with your name. I couldn't give 2 monkeys. That's all you care about. The fact is that there's only one Darren Stewart Webb. You don't care about what you've done to me all these years and what you've done to me in Eben's flat. You assaulted me and you abused me over a set of keys, and you were released on a caution. You could have been arrested a lot more than that. But you don't care. You don't care. You haven't looked back at that live stream, looked at my pain, looked at my tears and felt bad. I said, stop leaving me horrible. You blocked me. You hung up on me. Why would I answer to you when you keep leaving horrible, abusive, antagonistic? You are responsible for having destroyed me, and it's a miracle I haven't killed myself. I don't care. You really do not care. You left me to sleep rough. You became violent when the police said that you were a knob. PC Harriet, you became abusive towards me over that. And I've told people how wonderful you are. You got a headache. I'll tell you why you've got a headache. Because you've reported my live streams. Really, really. A man of Yahweh. Honestly, you call yourself a man of Yahweh, the one who brought me to Yahweh's name in the Bible. I said to Leslie that I wanted to burn your Bible and jump off Beachy Head, and she said, Ray and I thought he was abusing you. I don't think you should see him again. And I cried my heart out, because you've lied to me from the start, haven't you? To get what you want, haven't you? It's a crime. It's actually a criminal offence now. You've put me through all this torture. Why would I talk to you? There's nothing in your voice that shows any guilt. And I am the one who has been crying to Yahweh, talking out loud, saying, is it me? I lashed out at him. Crying my guts out because of what he's done to me, and I feel bad that I've hurt him. You know, this is why people turn to Satan, Darren. You know, I was watching Katy Perry and I could totally relate to that woman. But I'm not going to turn to the dark side. I'm not. Some people do at the last minute, says Revelation. Because you've presented yourself to me as something that you're not. You don't care. My God, your arrogance is sickening. Is that why your one disastrous experience with a woman ended so badly? We very nearly didn't become friends because you were shoving me out the door saying you can't argue with the Bible, Bryony. And you came after me to say I'm learning, Bryony. And then you did it again. You followed me all the way back to the flat in the dark. I'm learning. Well, what are you learning, Darren? How to manipulate a vulnerable woman, it seems. And I said, Darren, this has got to stop or we're not going to be friends. Did I ignored the red flag, didn't I? I ignored the red flag, didn't I? You've reported my live streams. Were you the one who reported all the other phone calls like Councillor Robin Max did? Councillor Robin Max did. Were you the one who had me arrested? Is that why PC Harriet said you were a knob after 4 months of people not turning up for appointments in that psych nutcase hellhole? You said, are there people around, Bryony? And there I was in hospital pyjamas telling you about how the ward review went because Councillor Robin Maxted said in your flat they can't release me with nowhere to go. Was it you who told him that I live streamed our phone call? Was it you who told what's her name at BHT that I recorded our phone call and then she retracted the help that she wasn't giving me anyway? You're all just, people like you and Dan and Tina, you're all as bad as each other. They're all saying you're an idiot, and yet you're not doing anything because Tina Chave from Independent Advice Network, you answered the phone to her, and when you were abusing me, she wouldn't take another call from me, and she was going to give me her 40 years of experience saying I shouldn't be in these places. You've done nothing, Darren, nothing. You're 53 and you've done nothing but abuse me in your own friend's flat, and you've got a headache. You're abusing me because I am speaking out against your abuse. Juliet has been there. It's a criminal offence. You were arrested for it. I said, don't leave me any more nasty voice messages. You blocked me on Facebook because I reacted to your abuse. You took the caring role. I didn't ask for it. My tears are now turning into raging anger that you could react like this to my tears of your abuse of me. You've reported it. Well, good on you then. Applause for Darren Stewart Webb. He's reported my live streams speaking out against his abuse of me. I've attempted suicide in this flat in his presence, and then he goes on to take the keys from me that he had cut, Eben's keys. 1 minute saying I'm allowed to be here. It's Juliet who said there's something not right, Bryony, about him not letting you have keys to her flat. I heard what you said to those two idiots, PC Moyles, and the female was the one who was there with PC Harriet back in 2019 when I was arrested out of the psychiatric unit and PC Harriet said you were a knob. That stupid girl, WPC, was with him. I heard what you were saying in the lounge before you were arrested for assaulting me. They said you were saying to them, she thinks that I was listening to what you were saying up here. You said she thinks that I'm not, shouldn't be allowed to be in this flat. No, I said, you're twisting things. You've got your own home where my stuff is, and you won't allow me in your flat because you've had me arrested for disagreeing with you. Is this why you keep away from people? Is this why? Because if you keep away from people, it's for a different reason to me, because I know how to treat people. But it's a criminal offence what you've done to me. You've destroyed, but even if it wasn't, you've destroyed me. You've hurt me. And you're leaving nasty, arrogant voice messages and saying Yahweh wouldn't want this. I wonder what Juliet would think of this. I wonder what your mother... I can tell you what my mother would think, because you already know that. Because when my mother died and that creep, that bastard, came to my mother's funeral and then started abusing me, wanted to look good to everyone, wearing a nice suit, it was practically killing me. I should have had him arrested. Isn't it funny that Juliet just happens to have heard of him as well as your friend who bullied me at the Eastbourne People's Assembly and your friend at the food bank? If you've been spreading all this emotional abuse, you're the one who's going to make hit the fan. You will do that yourself, Darren, because you're not taking responsibility. Remember when we were at St Mary's house? Remember when we were down at St Mary's house? I was in my dressing gown. All this had been orchestrated, all this pain and trauma and me losing my homes. Every accommodation I was in, the police getting involved, you manipulating everyone around us. And the manageress, what was her name? I've forgotten what her name was. But you didn't like her. Because she was writing. Yeah, I didn't like her. But they're all the same. But you're playing each other. Did not attend, did not DNA, like a register. But when they realised you were abusing me and they got me in a little room and they said, no, Darren, you're not helping. You screamed at her, you're a bully. And there was me protecting you like I have every time. And you've played me. That is a serious offence now, Darren. Up to 5 years in prison for coercive control. It is serious. But no, there's nothing in you, is there? There's nothing in you. I could really say, you think me speaking the truth, and I've got everyone supporting me on that, and you want to report me for that? What does that say about your soul? What does that say about your soul? Oh my God. Why would Leslie even waste prayers on you? Why would anyone? Can't pray for someone who's going out of their way to do what they want to do, and no. And I'm the one who has felt bad for lashing out at you for your abuse of me. I said, I will never let this happen to me again. Which, funnily enough, Juliet said the same thing. This happens to women all the time. Do you know what? Juliet said exactly what my mother's best friend said to me before she was kept away from me by my abusive sisters. My elderly mother's best friend said to me, of that bastard that your friend is now in a relationship with, she said what Juliet said to me, which is there are a lot of them out there. Sociopaths, narcissists, yeah, we know that. But you don't like labels, do you, Darren? No, I don't. But call a spade without the labels. You've seen my tears, you've seen my pain. You haven't seen all of it, but this is your reaction to it. As they say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I don't want to believe it, though. I don't want to. I can't cope with it. That's what I was saying in the last live stream. I can't cope with it. I can't cope with pain. So you've either killed me. So you've reported my live streams. Good. Because they will see what you've done to me. They will see the pain. You were already arrested for taking the keys from me. So why did you ring me up, Darren? Before I started making these live streams, just before I did. How are you, Bryony? Eben wants a copy of she really needs something that's got her address on it. Bank statement or something like that from 3 months. And the deadline, well, the deadline is gone now. It was a few days ago. I'm not bothered about that. I don't care about that. But you wanted me to take photographs of a letter with her with whatever written on it. But she's a solicitor, is she? And her late father was a top lawyer for the government in Nigeria, right? So why then haven't you asked her for help with what's been done to me under Little Eastbourne Borough Council and all its corruption? Why haven't you done that? If that's you ringing me, yes, it is you ringing me. Why would I want to talk to you? Why would I want to talk to you? Why? You don't care about my hurt and my pain. All you've done is report me for speaking on here because I don't want to, have more arrogance from you, more pain, and have you hang up on me. No, I don't want that, Darren. The kind of voice message I would expect to get would be, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. I'm sorry that you're... Sorry for destroying you, Bryony. Sorry for pushing you to suicide so many times. Sorry for having you arrested for disagreeing with me. Sorry I lied to you that Mum wanted to see you back in December. Sorry I tried to manipulate you and gaslight you and give you the keys that I had cut, then take them from you to get a reaction from you, to make you look mad. So I've got Mum and Dad on the phone going, and you're holding the phone out going, yeah, she's gone a bit crackers, you know. No, Darren, don't. You're manipulating me. Knowing that I want to speak to them, but I'm scared of the rejection because I haven't got a mum and dad. So you watch this, you report it, and you do the fuck whatever you like. Already done that, haven't I? With a 6-inch knife through the arm at the Strand Hotel, which is now being closed down and used for illegal immigrants. And then what did you do? You manipulated the Polish night porter to make me look like I'm crazy. And then I'm running into the street, got an audience, because you're storming away from me while I'm crying my eyes out. And the night porter, the Polish night porter, who was nice to me, because they all start off nice, he's saying, leave him alone. What are you doing? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He doesn't want to talk to you. And I'm crying. And I'm like, he's walking, he's leaving me. Darren, come back. Darren, come back. And you're storming away. Whew. because you know more than anyone else that abandonment is the most terrifying thing for me. And I walk into the road trying to get hit, wanting to get hit by a car, but too bloody afraid. I don't know if anyone out there has ever tried to jump off Beachy Head or try and get hit by a car, but you did it to me in daylight, and then the next minute, oh yeah, and the last time that I tried to walk in front of a car, I knelt in front of cars. It was broad daylight, it was summer, and you were running away from me. Isn't it funny how then you then got the transport police to come after me? So you were running away from me, and I knelt in front of the cars, and I thought, let me die, let me die, let me die, let me die, let me die. You have hurt. You're the last person to ever do this to me, ever. Because it's a miracle that I'm still actually here, Darren. You've broken my heart. You've ripped me apart. And all you care about is the thought of someone coming after you and saying you're a bastard for doing what you did to her. You're not thinking of me. So why would I answer the phone to you? Why would I answer the phone to you? There's nothing in your voice that says you feel bad for what you're just angry. You said, I hate you. July last year, your birthday, I went to a lot of trouble for you. Like I like to do that for someone I'm close to. And you said, you screamed, I hate you. Why would you run away from me to provoke a reaction so that I would kneel in front of the cars in broad daylight? Not the time when I stabbed myself after I'd been reported missing, after my father was contacted on Facebook and he said, is this attention seeking? Sussex police have contacted me and I haven't seen him since I was 12 because my eldest sister scared him off the premises of our house because of what he did to her. You trying to stir up so much trouble for me and trying to look like you're the good boy with the Bible. You ran away from me when I knelt in front of those cars. And then I came after you while you were storming away. I said, I'm just going to go and try and jump off Beachy Head. So then you came after me with the police. Oh, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about her. And then I've got these fucking wankers called Sussex Eastbourne Police standing there. There's one of them leaning against the van. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah. Let's have a drink. Yeah, let's watch her have a meltdown. This is right. This is a bit of a laugh, isn't it? Yeah. Let's watch her have a meltdown. These wankers, you know. And there I am, crying out for help because I've got these police officers grabbing me. Police officers. And Darren's watching from a distance and they're saying, no, keep away. I'm saying, Darren, you've done this to me. Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned about her, you know. I'm just a little bit worried about her because she's, you know. So then the transport police take you away. And I was physically carried into the police van by these idiots. Just like when they carried me out of the pub after I'd had my calls terminated, after I'd been on the phone for hours to the local government ombudsman, the local MP who gave you the caring role, Darren Webb. You know why I'm doing what I'm doing. And yes, Juliet does support me with it because I've just read you the text message that she sent me and she finds it admirable. I talked to her about this and I said, do I feel bad about it? But no, you're just trying to make me feel worse than I already do. You can't do that, Darren. You can't do it. You can't make me feel worse than I already do. I've stabbed myself through the arm with a 6-inch knife. In Satanism, that's how you piercing the skin, through the skin, right through, like when our Saviour died. That's how you get demons out. But who's the one trying to get those demons out? Who's trying to get them? Who's provoking that reaction? The person who's supposed to love me and protect me. What does your dad know that I don't know? Because I never saw him again, like I never saw my own dad. It's like it's all playing itself out, isn't it? I saw him at the Saffron. He said, what do you think of him being in a caring role for you? That was back in 2016, 17. I said, I never asked him to be in a caring role for me. He said, I don't understand. And he said, he hasn't got a bad bone in his body. So, of course, I'm going to believe your gentle dad, aren't I? And then I'm going to be all confused. But I think he felt confused himself because he said it. I don't understand. I'm confused. And then I felt confused. And he gave me a hug. And I never saw your family again. I never saw anybody. Sweet, gentle Darren, not like anybody else. So why have you done this to me then, Darren? Because I don't want any more of your voice messages. You just lie. You're just vile. There's nothing in you. It's all fake. Are you okay? Before you were arrested for assaulting me over those bloody... And yes, I did put my hands up. I was honest. I said, I pushed you. You pushed me. I was swearing. I said, give me the effing keys. Yes. Because you left me so that I couldn't get back into the property. Oh, well, I fell asleep. Sorry, Bryony. Oh, the phone just suddenly mysteriously switched itself off. You didn't try and ring me back. The call handler has switched off their phone. You don't want me putting this out there, no, but I'm completely isolated. You're 53 and you've got a mum and a dad and 2 siblings who love you, Darren, who love you. I've got no one. I've opened myself up to you like an open wound. That's how you find out who you can and can't trust. I've been like this from day one of my life, and that's why I keep away from people. But I tell it how it is. I am not doing the sweet Princess Diana anymore, the middle class English sweet polite girl anymore. This is me, and I am not a doormat. Is that why you decided to sleep in the lounge mysteriously before you started ringing your parents up and going, look, listen to her. Yeah, she's a bit... Dad's coming round. Oh, your dad never came round, no. Because just prior to that, prior to you being arrested, prior to you gaslighting me, you're coming and knocking on the door. Are you okay? Can I get you a cup of tea? What's that all about then, Darren? Either you care about me or you don't. You can't do this to someone. You cannot. You cannot do this to someone and then say, take a caring role and then say, Bryony, I wasn't well. This is serious. This isn't me mocking you. You're mocking me. Who's the person who's who's putting their private stuff on YouTube. Me, not you, me. And you're just worried because I'm putting, if you've got nothing to hide, you'll be a man and you'll say, I'm sorry for what I've done. No, but no, I just thought just maybe you might feel a little bit bad. I said to you, you can't forgive someone once, twice, 3 times. Once was bad enough. They do it again. It's like punching someone in the face and going, oh, sorry, look, I've got my problems. This is what happens to women, but you're doing it in an emotional way. Punch them again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then they get so used to it, they make it part of the norm. You've broken me, Darren. You kept doing it. And that only says one thing to me. And I told you in the last live stream when I cried my guts out, don't leave me any more horrible voice messages, but you are. There's no humility in you. You're just thinking of yourself. So you've reported my live streams. You did threaten me, didn't you? Is that an answer to my question then? Is something bad going to happen to me? Because I have been wondering it. I've thought, what's he going to do next? Is he orchestrated? So I'm not going out of my mind. I was right then, wasn't I, all along? I was right. You're behind everything that's happened, or all the things that have happened where you've had interaction. Juliet and I do find it a little bit odd that I just happen to be here and there are these nutcases below me who you pandered to over a bedside fan that you can't even hear on YouTube on full blast, which I've proved. And then the nutcase on the other side, they weren't complaining about you. This is what I find really mental. If they were complaining about me and you and the screaming and shouting, yeah, I would understand that. But a slight whirring from a fan and you were onto that. And the nutcase on the other side, I had to call the police over that, banging and swearing and shouting. When the government are paying us to use washing machines at night, and it wasn't even on the cheap rate. I mean, hello? Well done, Darren. So you've reported me. And you're telling me I'm being infantile. And yet we're talking about serious crimes against me. But aside from the fact that you've broken me, you completely destroyed my heart. I just don't understand the world. And what were these nutcases from the police abusing powers, Tina Chave and Dan and that? And you answered the phone. You answered the phone to Tina. And you even said that there would have been a conversation prior to that. Well, why didn't you rectify it then? Why didn't you ring her up? Because that's another person that Juliet has heard of, Tina Chave. I'll give her the number because I find that pretty odd, even with the nutcase trolls on YouTube, without them knowing, because they didn't know who I was, they didn't know who you were, and I was reaching out for help. You answered that. I give up. I just give up. I give up. 40 years of it. There are 10 people watching me right now. That's more than there were last night when there were about 2 people watching. I don't know who is and who isn't watching this, and I couldn't really give a monkey's. But why would I, for God's sake, put yourself in my position? Why would I want to answer the phone to you? Why would I want to? I'm not saying I've said it all. Just look at my last live stream from last night towards the end, if you haven't. But it seems like you have. You've seen me being attacked in the early hours when blood was left on the door of my room that I've kept away from for my safety. And what did you do? Okay, even if you weren't watching it live in the early hours, what did you do? You didn't ring me up the next day and say, are you okay? I've been on the phone to Dr. Caro just prior to that. And even now I've got Sopiclone. It isn't helping me to sleep. And that's the only thing that knocks me out because of the trauma. And that idiot says on the website, I'm interested in all areas of a patient's life. I'd be very interested, Darren, to know where exactly you're actually who you're reporting this to, and let's see where it gets you, because I've got evidence of call handlers telling me that unknown numbers calling me isn't a police matter. I've only put your name up. I haven't even put a recording of your voice on here. Your face isn't on here. You're just being a coward. You don't care. You just don't care about what you've done to me. You really don't. And as for the police abusing powers people, threatening me, Dan from police abusing powers, I've got evidence of you saying, oh, well, I know I'm not the only victim and your channel should be terminated anyway, but I've got evidence of you on your own channel when I phoned in as a member of the public saying I wouldn't pass you to someone that I didn't think would be able to help you. And Tina is saying I've got charitable rights organisations on standby in London. And she said to me on the phone, I shouldn't be in these places if I'm on severe disability. And because I complained in my live streams, you threatened me with legal action. Yeah, that really makes sense. That really makes sense. I rang her. She told me to ring her back the next day. I was in tears on my live stream because Darren had been nasty to me, my partner. He was the one who actually answered the phone to Tina when she rang me, and then decided she didn't want to have any more contact with me. And then I had evidence of people on your channel when I in your live chat, I said, won't she take a call from me? Your peculiar demented behaviour, which I've just about had enough of demented people, referring to my partner as a C word for abusing me. Well, that makes sense. And then yet you're threatening me because I've complained because you've offered me help, which you're not giving me help with. So this is what happens to a vulnerable person. And I tell you what, you're all responsible for your own actions, just as I am. And I'm glad to speak out about it. That's me done.